All right, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Today is another fantastic day for us all. And today, I want to challenge all of our minds and open our minds. How many of you guys can agree that life is definitely a journey? I mean, it could be good, it could be ugly, it could be in between, it could be beautiful. But in all, it's a journey. Well, how many of us know that your mind and God, if you let Him, can actually be your GPS? So I want to challenge you to think, and I want to know simply what's your destination. Because if you don't have a destination, your life and your journey will be all over the place. Pretty much simply by having a plan, it allows your mind to direct you along your way, direct you along your journey. Just like a GPS, it can't tell you where to go if you don't put a destination or an address in it. Same thing how your life works, how your mind works. You have to tell your mind exactly what it is that you want to do or where you want to see yourself, whether it's a mental state, whether it's a financial state, whether it's a relationship state, whether it's pretty much a health state or anything it is that you're looking to accomplish. Now, if you have some questions on that, remember on this channel you can comment and you'll get feedback from me in a response video. So feel free to ask me questions. I'll hit you with it in the next video if I can, if not one of the following videos. But like I said, today I want to know, what is your destination? Okay, so now we're saying great. I have my destination. I know where I want to be. So how do I set that up? Well, it's actually a process for it. Keep in mind, these are suggestions. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just suggesting things for you to do that have worked for a lot of people, including myself. But everything is a process, and it starts with the thought. First, with that thought, you want to write those thoughts down because you have to speak those things into existence. Now you know what's on your mind. Speaking into existence, writing it down makes it tangible. It makes it real. Keep in mind that I know this sounds crazy. Once upon in my life, I believe that as well, but it actually works. And if you have not tried it yet, or have not fully tried it, what do you have to lose? When you're setting these goals up, you want to aim high. Why do you want to aim high? You want to aim high because if you miss the mark, you don't want to fall too short of your original target. Now, when I'm saying aim high, I don't mean aim into the next universe. Just keep it in this solar system. Keep it in the universe. Keep it in the Milky Way. Okay, guys? So make those goals realistic. You want the short-term and the long-term goals, and you want to set time frames up for yourself. So short-term goals is something that you would like to accomplish in a month, something you may like to accomplish in the next 6 months, 30 to 90 days. Long-term goals are more like something you see yourself in a year, 3 years, etc. So you want to separate those things. So in the beginning, it's just like brainstorming, getting all those ideas out of your mind onto paper. Once you have it on the paper, begin to process those ideas. I'll show you guys some of my old plans, some of my old goals that I had set for myself 2 years ago, that I had recently finished all of them, and now I have written a list of new goals. So your goals are constantly changing, just like your journey is constantly progressing and changing. So these goals won't stay the same forever, because eventually you're going to reach those checkpoints and make it to the next step. Before I go ahead and close this video out, I want to go ahead and share with you guys some of my previous plans. And keep in mind, for your future plans and things that you're writing down, when you share these with your people, keep in mind that it's a time and a place for this. You don't want to tell everybody your move before you make it. Most of the time you want to move in silence, because that can erupt your plans. The negativity and things of that nature could jeopardize what it is that you're trying to create. And in the next upcoming video, I'm going to break all of this down into a more thorough process for you to better understand it. This right now is just giving you an overall view. So now I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys my past goals and break them down to you. Okay, so now we're currently looking at what most people would call a vision board, a goals list, things of that nature. I personally would like to call it a journey roadmap. So this is one that I created in 2015 to sort of guide myself and process my ideas. Just pretty much wrote everything I was thinking down in my head. Keep in mind, there was others that I had in the process as well. This is just one of them that I want to share with you guys for the sake of time. But it's full of affirmations. It's full of goals and things that I wanted to accomplish, things that were on my mind at that time. But just for you guys that don't know, affirmations are things that you speak with emotion, with conviction. It's sort of like convincing yourself to believe this until it comes to pass. So like I said earlier, God, if you let him, will guide you through this process. I'm pretty sure you guys was questioning yourselves, when is he going to tie in God to all of this? Because he talked about it earlier. But once you have all these goals and all these plans down, God comes into play by taking all these things and submitting them to him. Because how can you pray or how can you ask for something if you don't know what it is? So thoroughly write it down so you can go to him correct, because you have to be careful what you ask for. He's very specific, okay? So write these things down so that you can organize them and so that you can come to correct. Just like your parents, if you believed in Christmas, if you had a Christmas, you wrote those Christmas lists. You told your parents exactly what it is that you wanted. You wanted that Barbie doll beach house, or you wanted them new J's that came out black and white. You got very specific. You know, you wanted a car. You got very specific with what those things were. So these are some of my affirmations here, things that I was speaking into existence to get myself to boost my confidence, to focus on what it is that I wanted and what it was that I wanted to become. Now looking over here is some of my goals, list of short-term and long-term goals. This board was very brief. This is one of the originals, so it doesn't have much on it. But I had a long-term goal here. One thing that came to mind was that I personally wanted to be a millionaire before the age of 30. I wanted to make at least $3,000 a month. That was a short-term goal. 2014 Ford Mustang 5.0 black. That was a car that I wanted. I was very specific about that. New engine. So when I wrote this down, my car had broke down. I had no way to work, and I knew that the first step was getting this engine fixed. Last but not least, and most important, was me personally getting closer to God. I knew that by getting closer to God personally, that would help me obtain my dreams and goals and aspirations. And as my relationship with God personally continued to grow, I began to achieve these goals slowly but surely. You have to keep in mind, guys, that this is a process. Like I said, I wrote this 2 years ago, and now I'm just finishing this board. So if it's something you really want, you have to be patient and wait it out, okay? So write these things down. Making $3,000 a month, I was able to obtain that goal, and by the grace of God, I have surpassed that. Become a millionaire by 30, of course, that's a long-term goal. That's a time and a place that I have set for myself on where I want to be. And now my mind is on autopilot making that happen. 2014 Ford Mustang 5.0 black. That is the last goal that I have obtained on this board, closing out December of 2017. So that car was a car that I wanted 3 years ago, put my mind to it, and with the grace of God, I was able to obtain that because I spoke it into existence. I believed in it. I held on to that dream, and it was able to come to pass. So that's pretty much it for this board. Hopefully that gives you guys an idea of where to start your own personal vision board, or whatever you want to call it. Like I said, I call it my journey roadmap, because like I said, your mind is your GPS. And by writing these things down, your mind can start to process and can start to tell you where to go and reroute you along your journey. Words are powerful, y'all. Even in the Bible, God is called the Word. In the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word." Y'all have a great, powerful, prosperous, successful day, and Godspeed, everybody.